For years, Raptors fans have been claiming that we are about to enter the OG Anunoby most improved player season, and after a couple very impressive performances in preseason so far, we're asking in today's video, is this season finally going to be the year? Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans, this is Amateur Hour Sports, your source for Raptors news, coverage, breakdowns, and so much more. So if you like what you see from today's video, make sure you are subscribed with that button down below on a road to 7,000 subscribers for more Raptors videos, at least 4 of them a week in fact. But today we are talking about OG Anunoby, and he is on the lips of every single Raptors fan today because, well, mostly because the Raptors did not win yesterday. They in fact fell to the Philadelphia 76ers 125-113. In a game where Philadelphia shot the lights out of the building. They shot 54% from the field and 49% from three. The Raptors, ultimately, they had a pretty good game. It's just Philly outplayed them. Joel Embiid was back. Tobias Harris was back. We're still missing Pascal Siakam. It is what it is. But the shining light of the game can be put on OG Anunoby, who was equally as impressive as he was on Monday. Was the player of the game for the Raptors in both of those games. I was hugely impressed with everything he brought. What we're going to cover in this video, we're going to go over what is the difference for OG Anunoby this season and why he's playing so well so far. And we are going to say, how far can he go with it? Can he go to an MIP award? But with the games in play, I mean, I keep saying on this channel that the biggest thing for the Raptors this season is not necessarily the win-loss stuff. Would I rather win? Yeah. Obviously, I'm a Raptors fan. I would rather see us win. But I think the bigger win for the Raptors is going to be as we see players developing. And this is especially apparent in preseason, where it's meant for players to try out new things in their game, stuff that they've been working on in the offseason, try it out in preseason, because, you know, if you mess up in preseason, it doesn't really matter. If you mess up in the NBA, okay, that's a bit of a bigger problem. But in preseason, try things. Try to add new things to your game. Become a better player by playing in preseason. That goes for the whole team. That goes for individuals like OG Anunoby, who's starting to shoot a lot more off the dribble. That is one of the things that he has been working on the offseason, and he is showcasing that work already in the preseason game. So as individuals are developing, that is more important to me, because OG Anunoby wasn't the only player who showed up and balled out yesterday. I mean, Fred VanVleet was great, Svi Mihajlovic was great, Scottie Barnes was all right. So lots of guys individually had good performances. But again, the one in particular that really showcased their talent is OG Anunoby. And the difference for me is that OG is becoming a lot more confident on the ball. When he has it, he's going and attacking the rim. I think that we've always kind of known OG has the talent to be an MIP. And I said it before last season, but I came down to this. OG Anunoby, as good as he is and as good as he can be, is a little bit too passive. He doesn't demand the ball enough. He doesn't go at the ball enough, go at the rim enough with the ball to get those points, to get those stats, to become the most improved player. And that's just, a title. It's a lovely title to have. But as he's developing, that's the more important thing, getting better year after year, which he is doing. He's on an upward trajectory that doesn't look like it is slowing down anytime soon. What I'm seeing now is that he is a lot more comfortable taking the ball and going to the rim, taking the ball in any of the 3 levels to get himself his shots, whether it be on the inside, which last season he started doing a lot more. OG's a big guy. He's only like 6'8", 6'9", but he's a very strong player, which allows him to play as a center sometimes for the Raptors. I don't particularly like that. I prefer him playing as a forward, but that strength lets him finish at the rim with a lot more ease than other players. He can go up strong, hit a layup through contact. Also, he can just straight up dunk the ball over your head. Also, in mid-range, he's got the sauce a lot more in this preseason. I mean, he's taking guys off the dribble, and because he's shooting so well from 3, it's forcing guys to D him up closer on the perimeter, which lets him step inside, do his ball fake, do his dribbles, gets inside, mid-range, can pop up and hit a jumper as well. Let's just take a look at these statistics OG Anunoby's displayed. By adding in the dribbling to his game, the jump shots to his game, he has added in so much more. It's enabled so much more of his game. Like, the shooting stats have been unbelievable from him in the first 2 games, albeit preseason, but let's take a look here. So, in the first game, 21 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds on 58% shooting from the field, 100% shooting from 3 for 3, and he followed up with an equally as impressive performance yesterday with 22 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds on very good shooting, 57% from the field and 57% from 3. So he has been absolutely spectacular for the Raptors so far. Can he sustain this? Can he get this even into the actual season? Can he continue to perform like this? I don't see any reason why not, because every season he has just continuously improved. He has continuously gotten a bigger role. And now that Kyle Lowry is gone from the team, Kyle Lowry had a lot of usage. That's not a bad thing. Kyle Lowry was amazing, but a lot of usage which was taken away from OG Anunoby. That is why I kind of claimed he had a bit of passiveness about his game. And that's maybe not really an indictment against him. That's maybe just a Raptor of a lot of guys who can put the ball in the basket. He doesn't really need to be one of the ball handlers. He can be that spot up 3-point shooter. Sometimes when necessary, he can go to the rim. But now, especially with Pascal Siakam out, he is one of the key ball handlers for this team. He is squaring up guys. He is running those crossovers. And we saw a lot of the highlight tapes in the summer of him working on those crossovers. But we never saw it really in a game. And I always say off-season videos, they're cool. They kind of shed light of what we could possibly see during the season. But that's it. We got to see it in actual games. We got to see it in preseason. Are you really working on that stuff? And I think for OG Anunoby, he absolutely has been working on his ball handling. He showed it in those offseason videos, but more importantly, he's actually showcasing it against the Sixers so far, a Sixers team who has good defenders. Again, this is preseason, and the real test is in the NBA games, but you can only play what's in front of you right now. And the fact that he's performing like this without getting like the amount of minutes he would normally get, and he's showing out already in this fashion. So what can OG Anunoby do in a real game where he's getting more of the touches, where Nick Nurse is identifying that, yeah, OG's balling, get the ball in his hands. The main thing about his game that's better is the mid-range shot. He's turning into more of a 3-level scorer, and he can create his own shot. He can create his own shot from 3, was not hesitating to pull up from 3, was not hesitating to pull up from mid-range. That is what I really like to see from this player. So as far as MIP goes, I mean, looking at his stats from last season, the 16 points per game on already really good shooting, I believe it was 48% from the field and 40% from 3 or 41% from 3. It's going to be really, really hard to build off of that because that's already pretty impressive. He'd have to put on a season like the Brandon Ingram MIP season, where Brandon Ingram had like decent stats the season before, but just got way, way better the season after. I mean, OG Anunoby to be an MIP this season really has to put on like an all-star level performance, I think. So ultimately, I think last season, that was the window to become the MIP, just because, from the third season to 10 points per game, you could climb up to like 18, 19 points per game in your fourth season, only went to 15.9. So I'm not sure if he's quite ready or quite able in that case to take on the MIP this season, but he's going to be our MIP. He's going to be the Raptors guy who's continuously getting better. The Raptors player who is just getting to a different level. Can OG Anunoby become the second best player on this team? Can OG Anunoby become the best player on this team over a number of years? He's only 24, not even in his prime yet. And there is no sign of this guy slowing down in any fashion whatsoever. The sky is the absolute limit for OG Anunoby. And the fact that he's developed the ball handling, which does need a little bit tidying up, I will say. There was a little bit of sloppiness in his dribbling, but it's getting a lot better. And the fact that he's working at it means it's just going to continue to progress. His jump shot is progressing. And we already know he's one of the best, if not the best, on-ball defenders in the NBA. I'll bring up this graphic just to end off the video. People don't like it. I like it because it's the most objective thing in the world. Kawhi Leonard versus OG Anunoby in their fourth season. Very similar stats. You can't separate them by much. The only thing you can really separate them by, maybe the 3-point shooting for OG Anunoby, but I'm going to say Kawhi Leonard maybe took on some more difficult shots, but also Kawhi Leonard had, one of the greatest teams ever assembled there. So he didn't need to take on a lot of those shots. So there's certain things you can talk about, but this graphic is objective. It's just their stats for their fourth season. They're very similar. If I made the same graphic for OG's third season and Kawhi's third season, they would also be very similar to that season. So fifth season, Kawhi went on to become an all-star, averaging over 21 points per game. Is OG Anunoby going to get there? Probably not. I see him averaging about 19 and a half this season. I don't know if he's going to eclipse 20 yet. I don't know if he's going to become an all-star just yet. However, the stats are there. The trajectory is possible. OG, bottom line, regardless of any sort of comparison to Kawhi, we call him Kawhi 2.0, regardless of any of that comparison, OG Anunoby is getting better and better every year. It is not slowing down. The sky is the limit. Oh my goodness, he is going to be phenomenal this season. I pray that he stays healthy and really showcases his stuff because, from what we've seen so far, other teams got to be aware of this guy. So what's your take? Can OG Anunoby be the MIP this season? Let me know in the comments down below, because that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you're still here, please be sure to give a like on the video. Goes a long way to helping support the channel. Let's get to 250 likes again on this video today. You can also subscribe to this channel. We're on our road to 7,000 subscribers. You can help us get there by subscribing. Would really mean a lot if you did. If you want more Raptors stuff on the Amateur Clips channel in the right side of the screen, we do a post-game breakdown of every single game from our live streams on Twitch. We post the highlights there. You can also check out our live streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/amateursports, link in the description. You gotta check out Amateur TV. I'm gonna be at the Raptors game on Monday, vlogging that game. Gonna be a great upload on Tuesday. Make sure you're subscribed to check out those videos. At the end of the day, believe what I say. If you disagree, that is okay. See you again next time for another video.